Trump is the first guy that was a businessman. He was not a politician. Right?
And he's getting a lawsuit against him.
Oh, whatever. I love this guy. Oh my God, he is so cute.
Who was she talking about? Oh, apparently she was talking about me. That was a woman who was clearly under the influence of something. She was a bit tipsy and she was getting a little bit too friendly as we were trying to ask her about Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. And her friendliness did not stop there. Watch this. If Donald Trump does not run.
But if he's in the background, I support it.
All right, so if it's somebody that Donald Trump supports, so you'll vote for them.
Right. What do you think? What do you think?
Okay, hello everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Can I interview your friend
Facebook.
now?
We're on Facebook.
Hello, Facebook. Nice to be on your Facebook. What's your name again? It's Rose. So Rose, what are you looking for today?
I am looking to support the Patriots. I don't know, Patriots.
God, the hog.
I love you, dude. What's your name?
I'm David.
David.
Yeah. Now, I will confess, Cenk, that in that split second when she was asking me my name, I thought, okay, I've got two options here. I can give her my real name, or I could give her a fake name. And I was thinking I was this close to saying, my name is Cenk Uygur, and giving her your email so that you could get an email from somebody saying, hey, it was great seeing you this afternoon. How about we get together after the Trump rally? How would that have gone? Would that have violated any internal policies here?
No, giving my email to people who think you're cute does not violate a policy. Okay, it also doesn't get anything done, but it doesn't violate a policy. So look, that's just fun. And in fact, as you're doing all these interviews, and they're all on Rebel headquarters, and they're amazing, and they're giving you crazy answers. And there's a guy dressed as a pirate, and they give 5 different reasons why Trump should have stolen the documents, etc. It was just kind of like a nice moment to have these women not hate you, right? Because no, I'm serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Did you get a sense? Like, did you feel the same thing or no?
Yeah, I mean, they were there because of the rock concert aspect of this. It was like they were Motley Crue folks who had reached their 60s or 70s, and they were just going to party and have fun. They weren't really into, politics, or the way the woman said it is a little bit different. But and there was also, her friend was also willing to talk a little bit of substance, both about Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis and Dr. Oz in Pennsylvania. Watch this. If Donald Trump doesn't run, you like DeSantis?
I love DeSantis.
How come? What about DeSantis?
He cares about us. First thing that's most important is our country, not sending money to other countries.
He sent those migrants from Texas to Martha's Vineyard.
I loved it. I've been there.
You've been to Martha's Vineyard?
Yes, I have.
It's a nice place to go.
Yes, it is. And I wish they had stayed there, because it's a sanctuary city and they're supposed to welcome everybody.
There's some other folks that Donald Trump has been supporting, like Dr. Oz in Pennsylvania.
I love Dr. Oz.
How come he's doing so badly?
I don't know why. He's got that, like, Fetterman, whatever his name is.
Yeah, John Fetterman.
Oh my God, he doesn't have a brain cell in his head.
Dr. Oz, is he even from Pennsylvania? I thought he was from New Jersey.
I'm not sure where he's from, but I never really liked him until he ran. Yeah. And Trump endorsed him. Yeah. That's the only reason I like him now.
I love Dr. Oz, but I never really liked him until Donald Trump endorsed him and he ran. And that's the sort of logic. Donald Trump was the key to all this. And by the way, there was a little bit more flirting from that woman's friend. Watch. There's the most difficult question of all. What was Donald Trump wanting to do with those documents at Mar-a-Lago?
Donald Trump didn't know he had done anything wrong.
Isn't he cute?
I love him though.
Is he married?
But we love him though.
Donald Trump is married, as far as we know.
Oh, I love him. I think Melania's great.
Are you married?
I am, thank you, but I am flattered. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys enjoy the rally today. What have you been drinking? Have you been drinking anything today?
No, I hadn't drank in 3 years.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Yeah. Until today.
Hello, everybody.
Love you, David.
Love you guys. Take care. Have fun. I will confess, they were friendly. They were having a great time. They were smiling. I didn't feel threatened physically, romantically, or anything like that. I just thought, okay, they're having a good time. And Cenk, maybe that's the thing that occasionally can cut through, that we can all sort of show our humanity and flirt with each other a little bit and smile and laugh and joke about ourselves. I have not had something like that happen, I don't know, in at least 30 years. So, and my friends are like, well, it's because they were tanks. So, of course.
Listen, I'd take it. It hasn't happened to me in 30 years either. Okay, you can be drunk, high, etc. It's flattering, it's nice. But it actually, there's a whole bunch of actually real lessons in there. But before we even get to the real lessons, but my favorite line, don't bury the lead, was until today. So, I mean, I kind of feel bad.
I haven't drunk anything for 3 years until today. And her timing was perfect. If I was like a reality TV crew, I'd put a camera on her and follow her around. She was a hoot.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it was like out of a movie. I mean, she paused until today. Okay, so now look, one of the, okay, small real point here. She's like, oh, I don't like people sending money to other countries. If you told her, well, Trump sent a lot of money to Israel, she'd be like, God damn right, we got to send money to other countries. Okay, so it is what it is, what am I gonna do? But the most important part there, and you can't, of course you can't over extrapolate from one anecdote, but I think it is telling. If Trump endorses someone, then they like him. Before then, they don't care. So who's gonna win between Trump and DeSantis? Well, if there's a real primary fight, DeSantis only exists because Trump endorsed him. Yes, now among Republican leaders and Republican thought leaders, there's a lot of love for DeSantis. But at the grassroots level, if he fights Trump, I think that the real love is for their prophet, Donald Trump, and that it might not wind up well for DeSantis. So what do you think about that?
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, look, these are people who they see Donald Trump as far more charismatic. People describe this as, again, this is entertaining to them. They see Donald Trump as entertaining. He makes them laugh and giggle, and they have a great time. DeSantis they like because they see him as serious, but they don't see DeSantis as having that same sort of charisma. And a couple of them have said that DeSantis can come across with a little bit of a sort of a prickly personality. So I think you're absolutely right. If Donald Trump wins, I don't think he really has much to worry about Ron DeSantis. And so we'll see.
Yeah, and last thing that is a kind of a serious point on that video is that look at how well we get along if we just don't talk about politics, right? So if you and I went out drinking with those women, right? I bet we'd have a great time. And I, of course, I just mean like joking around and talking about each other's lives, et cetera, et cetera. They don't look, do they look evil to you? They're not evil, right? They're not necessarily bad guys. Do they have some opinions that might surprise you and disappoint you? Of course, I know. And some of our opinions would disappoint them. But the media in this country, unfortunately, has poisoned the well. So yes, right-wing media told all of them all these different lies that they now 100% believe. And it's nearly impossible to undo it. But as I say often, corporate media started in the first place by telling you these lies about how politicians are fantastic, the status quo is great, your job at Walmart for $8.25 is the best you can do, the rich deserve all the money because it's a meritocracy, you deserve nothing, if you ever get higher wages, you cause inflation, et cetera, et cetera. And they got sick of those lies. And what it did was it created a rift that where people who would normally get along, fellow Americans, now hate each other.